Welcome to another episode of the Peak Potential Success Show. My name is Fong. I'm an entrepreneur, business strategist, real estate investor, speaker, and also a best-selling author. Every single day, I have the opportunity to help others unlock the potentials and guide them to succeed. Today, I have an amazing guest. She is somebody I met at a virtual networking group, and once I saw her, I knew she was a driven force. I knew she was driven to succeed, and I knew she was somebody to be reckoned with. And not only was it because she had great energy and she was very fun to talk to, but she actually zoomed into that meeting all the way from Dubai. We were in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada, at a completely different time zone, and she zoomed in from Dubai, stayed up very late to be on this meeting, and it was a lot of fun chatting with her and just getting to know her. And being able to do that, she was a person who's driven to succeed. She is one of the first successful global Bollywood-inspired fitness programs to launch in North America. She came up with an amazing name. It's called Body Aerobics, and she got lots of great recognition. She was on CTV, CBC. She was also featured on Dragon's Den and convinced one of the dragons to invest in her program and launch that program. Now, with that entrepreneur spirit and that kind of experience, she wanted to give back and work with other people and pass on that skill set to other business owners, startups, and young entrepreneurs, where she coached them, mentored them, came up with programs and also courses on business acumen. So she always wanted to give back and work with other people on helping their business plans and helping growing their business. Now, she always believed that there's always opportunity out there. As long as you look for it, just be out there, look for opportunity. It's always out there. She goes under the media tag of Let's Chat Business. She's all the way from Dubai. Please welcome business strategist Deepthi Koshy.
Hi, Fong. How are you?
Hey, I'm good. Thanks for being here.
Absolutely, my pleasure to be with you here and do this show with you, Fong.
Well, it's a pleasure having you. For people who don't really know who you are, could you give us a little bit of a backstory and what you do?
Right. So, everybody, like Fong mentioned, I'm Deepthi, and I'm here in Dubai, nice and bright. It's been a journey reaching here. I started out many years back, about 10 years before, in Edmonton, Alberta. And I was in that phase of my life where I was actually looking out for various opportunities, and that's when I said, you know what, I'm a good dancer. I have a business degree, and you know what, maybe I can leverage both and see where my opportunities are. And that's when I decided to create a structure to my Bollywood dancing and create a structure and give it out to the public, and wanted people to join my classes. And it was something new in Edmonton, Alberta. So 10 years ago, Bollywood was an industry in North America where a lot of people didn't know what it was, and it was a very new thing. So I thought it was a great thing to introduce in the market. And by the time I started in 1 month, I saw that it was really picking up. People were really interested and very hungry to know what is this about? What's Bollywood dancing about? And I just used it in a way, made it an opportunity where I could made it a fitness program where I was actually delivering something good for the community. So I took it off from there. So I built it from there. Yeah.
Awesome. Now, how did that translate to becoming a business strategist and helping other small owners and startups?
Oh, that's a very nice. That's a long story. So, anyways, I'll try to shorten it as much as I can over here within 30 seconds and 1 minute. But here's the thing: when I started noticing that there was demand and supply. So when I knew that there was a demand for a product which was new, I wanted to, and I knew that it was doing well for the community. So it was not just a product that I was giving out over there, which is not going to do benefit to the public. I felt that it was a product that was actually doing benefit to the people, because it was a fitness program, and people were tired of treadmills and ellipticals and all the normal cardio. I'm talking 10 years ago, though, by the way, right? About 10 years ago. So it was a new thing, and Zumba was just coming up at the same time. So I said, you know what, Zumba is a Latin-inspired dance program, and I'm going to start a Bollywood dance-inspired program. So I think my first pitch came in when the lot of struggle. I knocked doors, and I got to tell you, that it was not easy. I remember doing door to door, making my brochures, making my business cards, and following the old school methodologies of marketing. I did what I had to do, and like I said, knock doors. I remember a very nice story I'd like to share. I will share over here. Just learning, just starting off. I started making brochures, and I stuck it onto every those post box things. I stuck it on that, and the next thing you know, it rained the next day, and I'm like, shoot, I need to figure out another strategy to get myself out there. So you know what? I decided to go to the city of Edmonton. I spoke to one of the program coordinators over there, and the program was actually they liked the program. The program was sold, and I did my first demo, and they really liked it. And I think within a couple of months, they launched it at every city of Edmonton recreation facility. It became a main scale Edmonton main scale fitness program, and then from there it got recognized with CBC, with Alberta Primetime, and then I got recognized at the Dragon's Den. That was amazing. I met some amazing mentors and leaders at the Dragon's Den who were able to coach me. And to date, they're very special to me on many levels. How they've been, how they've guided me in getting my program out there. And then after that, I think it came to a point where it's a niche industry. Bollywood is a niche industry. So there was only a certain amount of growth you could take the business to. And I perhaps at that point of time was, I didn't want to put more stakes in it, or I didn't want to take more risk. And I was I was giving more importance to my family and stuff. And that's when I got into the bank. But yes, it's been a journey. And from Dragon's Den, I remember taking it all the way globally, because I had to enter new global markets. Like it was, just the entry, getting into every market was challenging, but I got through it because I guess the program sold. So yeah.
Well, congratulations on that experience. So being on Dragon's Den, how is that
Mhm.
experience? Because lots of people watch it on TV, and they have this feeling that, wow, that's gonna be so amazing to be on TV, and that's everything that happens on TV, that's what it's gonna be like. But you got
Yeah.
to see behind the scenes. You got to see how everything's organized, how many takes there were on all that kind of stuff. So what was it really like to be on Dragon's Den?
Okay, so it is a reality show, right? So it is a reality show. So we've got and I have to be today. I'm very thankful. I'm very grateful. Very thankful to Canada as a platform. As a platform of. It's a great fraternity. That's what I say. There's so many people who are there. There's opportunities everywhere. And like I said, if if you have the right team, there's opportunities everywhere. I was lucky enough to have a great team working with me, So my team helped me together to get onto Dragon's Den.
Mhm.
And then when I got into Dragon's Den, it's like saying you meet better people. You're always moving up. You're finding you meet with good people, and I met with such awesome entrepreneurs, very successful entrepreneurs on the Dragon's Den. And they were right when I got into the show, right to the starting of the script, to having to pitch your product. There's a team working right behind, and it's awesome. The experience was just awesome. Just going from Edmonton to Toronto and pitching your product and listening to a lot of their feedback. It's all a learning experience, like they say, right? They say, like I am a total believer of inspire and educate, right? Help, inspire, and educate. And I got all my core values right there. Help, inspire, educate, right there.
What would you say was the best advice you got from the Dragons?
Um, um, I would say the best advice I got was is keep going. No matter what, you got to be resilient to rejection. That's what I say. To survive in an industry as a strong business owner, I think number one is you got to be resilient to rejection. There's a lot of people who's going to be out there who's going to not believe in the same dreams that you do, but at the end of the day, it is whether you believe in your product. Some people buy into it, some people won't. It doesn't mean that it's not going to be a product that's not going to work. You just gotta keep trying. I mean, you've got to set the foundation, has to be right. That's what I feel. At the end of the line, at the end of the day, you got to set the foundation right. It's like saying, repetition is mastery. Repetition is totally mastery. I believe in that totally. But if you repeat the wrong thing right from the start, you're going to learn the wrong thing all the way to the end. So you know what I'm saying? So learn the right thing right from the beginning, and then repetition is mastering. So I've learned that at the Den. They've all of the entrepreneurs, from Kevin to Arlene to all of them, they've been awesome.
Is Kevin O'Leary really Mr. Wonderful?
Kevin is Mr. Wonderful. Absolutely. He says things as it is. And I love that. Business is numbers. It's a numbers game. And I'm totally with him on that. If you are planning on getting on to business without knowing what your numbers are, and if you're planning to shoot in the dark with your business, you're in the wrong industry. Do not do business, because honestly, I'm a business strategist right now, and I see a lot of business owners, and I see that when you're sitting in front of someone with a plan, have a definite plan, have a financial structure, have a business plan, have everything set out before you're going out. Your numbers have to sell, and they have to be honest numbers, like honest numbers.
Yeah. So you work with a lot of business owners, lots of startups. You also teach lots of young entrepreneurs and young leaders about business. What would you say is the number one reason why certain businesses don't succeed, aside from not knowing their numbers?
I think a lot of business owners are not. I think that's a tricky question, because here's the thing though, Fong. I think the heart of every business is cash flow. Okay, that's what I believe in. It's cash flow. And a lot of people don't get that part of how important cash flow is in their business, is to their business. So they work around a lot of things, not budging around or dodging around cash flow. And I'm like, well, that is your lifeline of your business. Everything else you can build around that, but your cash flow is important. So I think if you're setting up a business, I think you need to know what's the heart of your business in terms of your numbers and money. And from there, I guess you can build on the marketing, you can build on your building the business. After that, the building blocks of the business are defined, whether you have the money or not. Either it's capital investment, either it's investors coming in, either you've got ancestral money, either you've got something. But I think that's the lifeline of every business. So know your numbers before you come inside. That's my advice to every business owner. Because here's the thing, Fong, I feel to a great extent the reason when everybody decides to do a business is because they've already taken that challenge. They've already made decisions within themselves that this is what I want to do. This is my dream. So we've battled it. Like, as a business strategist, I've battled half the struggle. They're already sitting in front of me with their dreams. It's not like I'm convincing them to get into business or anything. They're there sitting in front of me. They've made that decision. They're a dreamer. They're now wanting to make it work. So my sincere advice to every business owner is get a business plan, get your financial structure ready, and before you set out. And from there, you can build everything else. And the last thing is, you've got to be resilient to rejection. You're going to, in the first 1 month, you're going to feel like, I feel like closing shop because nothing's working out. But that's every business owner. That's what I've got to say. You're not the first, or nobody's the first. Every business owner, your first month, you're going to feel like closing shop. But
now, you've coached in dancing, you've coached in business, you've gone up in front of dragons and sold them your program and kind of talked about your pitch and all kind of stuff. How important is it to have good communication skills? Obviously, you have great communication skills because you're able to talk to so many different people. So how important is communication skills, and have you always had great communication skills?
no. So I actually I That's a great question, Fong, and you're a very powerful person asking me the best questions ever. So, so here's the thing. Let me answer that. No, I had my fears too. Like everybody else, I started off. I am a dancer and I am a stage performer, so I like performing on the stage. So, but that's different from having to talk and speak, because I feel I had my fears in speak. Well, yes, I was a great dancer, but I was not a great speaker. But I realized that, um, and that's a beautiful story. I have a lot of inhibition speaking. About 10 years ago, I did have that. And I realized that, so I had a great idea. I was a great dancer. I'm a good business strategist. I had everything together. Why is my product not selling? And that's when I decided to come back and put my facts down on a piece of paper and say, why is it not working? Like, what's going wrong? Like, why? I mean, everything is good. The product is good. Why are my numbers not increasing? Why am I not getting enough registrations? And then I was really sad, and I got rejection from a lot of places. And I was driving my daughter to school once, and my daughter noticed that I was not happy, and she asked me, "Mommy, what's wrong?" And I said, "I don't know, babes." I said, "Something is wrong. It's something's not." And I kid you not, and this is coming from a 5-year-old. She said to me, "Mommy," she says, "Mommy, maybe you need to try one more time. Maybe, maybe you need to speak, Mommy, because I see your," she says to me, "I see you're giving your brochures and flyers, but you're not talking to them." And for some reason, I dropped her to school on my drive back, and I'm thinking to myself, she's right. Like, I'm not talking, So I decided, you know what they say, necessity is the mother of invention. So I said to myself, I made a decision to myself, like, I'm going to go home, I'm going to make a speech, I'm going to say it, I'm going to say this against my product, and I'm going to make it work. And that's when I decided to speak. I made a pitch, and I took that pitch to the city of Edmonton.
Wow. Does your daughter hold you to it now? Like every time you're successful, do you remember the time? And you're, yeah, it's all you. Now,
So lessons learned, right? You learn lovely lessons.
exactly. Now, as a dancer who's very, very successful in her career in dancing, have you found that dancing translated well to your business success?
um,
Like the mindset of being a performer, the mindset of being able to dance, did that
yeah,
translate well to business success?
yeah. No. So I feel that every successful business is a combination of many things. Okay, um, I mean, I I was a dancing was a hobby for me, was a strong hobby. I liked dancing. I'm a good dancer. I would like to, at least I'd like to believe I'm a good dancer. However, many years I'm a classical style of dancer, but 10 years there's far more better dancers, and the world is full of awesome talent right now. But I think I was, like I said, I was able to take my business or take that idea is because I learned a lot of reading. I did a lot of reading about setting up a business. About I have a business degree, so I put everything together, and I think that's what made me get into this and try to make it a successful business, was because I had both the skills. I can't say like it was only because of dancing. I think it was a combination of both. Now, though, 10 years later, Fong, when I look at it, I think I'm a better business strategist than I'm a dancer.
That's
Because
powerful, right?
because I'm like thinking, I mean, I could be dancing, but if I don't have a idea of a business model, then I don't think you can do any business, right? So now when I think about it, I think I'm perhaps a better business strategist, and a community advocate. I mean, I sold it to the community, so and thereon, like, I mean, it doesn't end there. Like, my journey, when I talk about my journey, about this lovely people I met, just as a community advocate, selling my product. I wouldn't say selling. I don't want to use the word selling, because it was not selling. I was actually providing this product of dancing and fitness to from kindergarten to our senior community, and it was just the community bought into it. And it was something where I was able to make everybody happy. I was everybody to get everybody fit. It was beautiful. The experience was just beautiful. I think the community loved it too.
Wow, that's very inspiring. to be able to connect with so many people and so many people who loves what you do, it really gives you that motivation, that encouragement and inspiration. So I love that story. Very nice.
So grateful.
For somebody who was willing to zoom into a networking event that's a completely different time zone, and you had to wake up either very, very early or you have to stay up very, very late, what keeps you motivated to be so driven for business success?
Um, yeah, so the business networking is something which is people have to understand the concept and the benefits of business networking. Um, I would say if you had to ask me 10 years before, I had no clue of the what is business networking and what is it about. But now 10 years later, I've realized, after being a business owner, after going through the struggles, after mentoring people and students, and I've realized that the referral of the networking industry is very powerful. You when you create your connections, you create relationships, and when you master the skill of relationship building, you'll understand that it's through relationships that you get, business relationships or people relationships or human relationships, that you create your next best opportunity. So the value comes, so when I realized that, when I saw Syndicate, as we're part of Syndicate, so when I saw Syndicate, I said, I think this is a great opportunity where I can connect with a lot of business owners on my level. And that's when I said, again, the next thing that came to my mind was business development. I'm like, I really need to, like, this product is a great product, we want to introduce it to Dubai, let's see how it works. So we're in the talks of that right now. Yeah.
Wow, awesome. So now I know why you're motivated, because you want to build more relationships. But you also said a very powerful thing, mastering relationship building. So what would it be for somebody to master relationship building? What are three main keys?
Three main keys for relationship building. Okay, so number one, you need to relate with the person. So number one for relationship building. Number one, it's my personal tagline. You've got to be a good listener. you have to you have to be a good listener in a conversation, and then you've got to listen to what the person is delivering, whether it's their own values, whether it's their product, whether it's their business. You've got to be a good listener. Second, you've got to be honest in what your connection is with the other person and what values you're bringing on the table with the other person. And honestly, the third one would be, where do you want to go with that relationship that you're building? So those three things, like when you're talking to the person, once you've established number one, what is, or you listen to what the other person's product is, you say what your product is, and the third thing is, where do you want to go with this? And it doesn't have to be a product. It's whatever your deliverables are, what are the other person's deliverables are, and what do you want to go with it moving forward. So those are the three keys in relationship building. That's what I feel. And yeah, because and here's the thing, Fong, and the reason I'm saying it, because I'm seeing a lot of business owners these days, and dealing with a lot of them. I noticed that this is in terms of the marketing part. Now we've put a plan together, we've put a financial plan together, we've put the business plan together, and they are now ready in the first 1 month of launching their business. Somewhere down the line, I start seeing that they're starting their marketing. 1 month into their business, they start their marketing, and I'm noticing they're just sharing content. They're just sharing content. Sharing content what everybody else is doing, and they just intentionally push their product out to social media. And I'm thinking to myself, this is where I say crab mentality versus ant mentality. I'm like, I'm like, I advertising on its own is, by nature, advertising is very interruptive. So you really got to think about your product. What is the value that you're bringing the other person when you're selling or when you're putting your products out there? What value is the other person getting out of it? The message needs to come across. How is it that this product is going to add value to your life? You got to structure your marketing that way. You can't just like push promotion to a way people are like, I don't want to see this anymore. And that's what I'm really realizing with business owners these days, right? But Yeah, so create the relationship first, create the relationship with whatever you're doing, bring the human touch in there. And that's important when whether you're starting your business, whether you're getting into marketing with your business, or it's all about relationship building. It's all about the human touch. Build the relationship first.
Totally agree. One of my favorite saying is always add value. Always think about how I could add value to somebody else. As long as I'm concentrating on that, then you'll listen, you'll be able to build better relationships, and you're able to help other people at the same time. So always add value. Totally agreed.
Absolutely.
Now,
Absolutely. Yeah.
for somebody who's gone through so many different so many different successes, you've obviously gone through a lot of different challenges. And you
Yes.
face a lot of challenges today, and you also help other people overcome challenges. How do you
Yes.
overcome challenges? How do you go, hey, I'm going to face this head on and I'm going to succeed? What's your process?
Um, so I like challenges. This is what I say. Challenges is part of setting up a business. If somebody wants to set up a business and think that this is going to be this is going to be easy, I'm like close shop. It's not. So my I would say like I came back to the first thing is like, and any business owner starting up, the main thing is be prepared. Be prepared to be resilient to rejection, because I cannot emphasize enough. I cannot emphasize enough how how hard it is on the first. Let me say. I want to say today. I want to say 6 months. Let me tell you how hard is the 6 months. The 6 months is you are not going to see any result. In fact, you might even see yourself going down. But unless you really strengthen up and really, and I say, and I use this word, resilient to rejection, that needs to be on your bedside table when you wake up, and you need to believe in yourself, and you need to say, you know what, believe in yourself and believe in your product. That is important. And I mean, and that's my advice to every busy, as long as you believe in your product and believe in yourself, your product, you can sell your product, but, and you can't give up. Yeah.
Very well said. Now, for somebody who's also faced a lot of like I said, lots of challenges. You had your coaches and mentors around you. How important was it to have that type of support?
The Okay, so having a mentor and a coach is something I find that every person, if it's if it's not an actual coach or mentor, this is what I have to say. And this is my personal experience in that, because I then 10 years ago it wasn't easy to actually go and find a mentor. I mean, besides my parents always being there, they're my always my dad's been my biggest mentor in my life, I would say. But I would say we live in a world of knowledge economy. We live in a world of data economy. We live in a world of disruptive economy. There's knowledge. If you just go on Google today and just type in, you will find every knowledge, every education that you want, anything you want to read about. So when what I'm trying to say is, if you don't have a mentor, you've always got Google there. You can get on there and you can figure out what you want to do, and build your skeleton, your skeletal process, and how do you want to do before, what are your functionalities, and learn your structure before you want to get in there. For me, I didn't have that mentor, like per se, like a business coach many years back. Everything was self-learned, everything was self-taught. And I think, like, I want to re-emphasize, I just decided that I'm going to do this, and I'm going to make it work, and I am going to speak no matter what.
Very well said. Now, if with this COVID pandemic going on in the entire world, how have you adjusted to make it work for you?
um, Unfortunately, we live in this very unfortunate era of this COVID-19 pandemic. But I've been noticing that, like I said, my key line, my tagline, and yet I'd like to say this again. One is resilient rejection. Two is there's opportunity everywhere. So if you're a business owner and you're right now in this era of COVID-19, my idea is to say pivot. pivot your product, pivot your line, transformation, transform. That's what you need to do. It's if it's not COVID-19, it's going to be something else. If it's not something else, it's going to be something else. So here's the thing which I have to say to business owners: are you going to close shop all the time? The only way is to push through, survive, figure out your cash flow, figure out what's your heart of your business, be resilient to rejections, hang in there, swim above the water, pivot your business, transform, stay low if you need to. But that's what we cut your expenses. These are all the different things as a business owner, as a strategist, the advices I give to many of the business owners. And COVID-19 it is unfortunate, but we got to look at the good side of it. It is unfortunate, but we also got disruptive technology happening right now. Everybody is like me and you right now. We're on Zoom. Look at the benefit of that. I mean, look at so many good things that has happened with it. Okay, so it is unfortunate, but I guess we all have to push through, resilient to rejection.
Exactly. If you asked me 5 months ago if I'd be talking to somebody in Dubai, I would have said no. But here we are. And that's all because of Zoom and technology and connecting to people who I never dreamed of connecting to because they were far away. So this is the one good thing that really came out of it, to be able to connect with people all over the world.
Yeah. Yeah.
I know you're a person who really loves to give back and have a big impact on communities. What is why do you believe that giving back to the community is so important for a person's well-being?
Okay, that's one of that. What that is like the cherry of the top question, Fong, that you asked me today. I mean, I love it. All through my life, I've been a huge community advocate, and the reason why I'm also like I believe in global citizenship. So I believe that we are all part of a bigger story. It's just not us. If we live with that mindset, that we're always trying to get one on top of the other, we're not going to achieve anything. I can tell you that. Even during my darkest days, I've been one of those entrepreneurs. I'm helping other entrepreneurs succeed. Just for the fact that I believe that we as a community need to grow. It's just not about us. It's just not about our survival. Today, I'm in a pandemic too. I'm going through a lot of. We're all in a pandemic, but we're all helping each other survive. It's because of the fact that we believe that we're all bigger. We're part of a larger story. We got we with the knowledge that I have. I'd like to share it right now. The experiences I have, I'm sharing it right now. And the experience, I guess with you too, you've been sharing all your expenses, your experiences. That's awesome. So for me, community advocacy is all about looking at the larger picture. You need to be able to add value as a human to the community in whatever you are doing. All right. So that's my take.
Very nice. Now, you had a lot of great nuggets throughout the entire interview. If you had an opportunity right now to tell something to the entire world, one main message, what would that message be?
My main message are my core values, which is help, inspire, and educate, because that is what takes you all the way through your journey of life. Right. The little you can do for others with whatever you have, the little you can inspire with what you have, with whatever you do, and whatever knowledge and experience you have, if you can educate others in a positive manner, I think you're sold. I think in life you're sold. These are my three. I've lived by my core values. So
very, very good. Powerful too. If anybody wants to get in touch with you, either connect with you, get more advice from you, or hire you, what's the best way to reach out?
The best way to reach me is my Let's Chat Business. That's my personal brand. I've got my email there. It's www.letschatbusiness.net. Just shoot me an email, and I'd more than be willing to help you out.
Awesome. Very nice. Before I let you go, I have 5 quick questions for you. Just say this first thing that comes to mind.
Okay.
This is
Gotcha.
fun. to get to know
All
you a
right,
bit
I'm
more.
ready for this, Fong. Let's do it.
If what cartoon, okay, what cartoon world would you like to be a part of?
Tom and Jerry.
Wow, that's a new one. I've never heard that one. So you say you're a great dancer. So if you were on the show, you think you can dance, okay?
Yes.
And you're the professional dancer on that show. Who would you want your celebrity guest to dance with you to be?
Simon Cowell.
You're really putting him on a spot then. All right. So now you have Simon Cowell as your partner. He's also at your house. He's hungry. So what's that special dish that you can prepare for him?
So I'm of East Indian origin, so I'm very cultural. I'm I have very deep values in my culture, so I will probably be cooking him a nice Indian meal of butter chicken.
Very nice. All right. So I know you could do Bollywood dancing. If there was another style of dance that you want to perfect in or haven't learned yet, what would that style be?
Um, okay, so I had the opportunity once in my life to visit Turkey, and I've done whirling dervishes. So I want to learn the skill of whirling dervishes.
Wow. Very, very neat. And my last question is, what is success like? I have 4 random items on these cards. Give me a number between 1 and 4.
Two.
1, 2. So how is success like a snow globe?
How is success? So how is success like a snow globe?
Yep.
Okay, because all right, that's a good one. So success is all in there. It's floating around.
Mhm.
There's lots of opportunities running inside that snow globe, and you're right in there. You've got to decide whether you want to be in there and watch it from outside, or you want to be in there and experience it from inside.
Very well said. So that is how success is like a snow globe. You want to be right in the action with all the success rolling around you, and every now and then shake it up because you want more success to flow.
Absolutely.
Awesome. Thank you very much for your time, your stories, and all your experience, your tips. It was very fun having you here, and it was very enjoyable. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you, Fong. You are amazing.
Right? So she is Deepthi Koshy. My name is Fong Chua. Until next time, today is the day to unlock your peak potential. We'll see you later.